let's do it. Guys, let's do it better than them. 3, 2, 1, left. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left.
Right. Left. Guys, cover 3.
Okay, I'm done.
3 is his number 1 target. Number 3 is his number 1 target.
Because he's tall doesn't mean anything. Just because he's tall doesn't mean anything.
Kind of does.
It means
It means that they passed to him.
It means he's tall.
Get off the field.
What?
You can't play with that either. We got to be able to see your eyes.
You can?
No, I can't see your eyes.
What?
The officials can't see your eyes. I can't see you. From here, I can't see your eyes. All right. They're illegal. You take them off. Okay. They slide out. Do what you need to do.
All right, that's fine. Can we do it? Well, guys, get out of here. Then you two get out. Go get your
There's one more. It's the third one. I saw 3.
Yeah?
You guys got clear visors. They just got to see your
Yeah,
eyes.
you're good. You're good.
He's saying you got to see their eyes, so let's get those off real quick.
Players get hit.
Take it off.
Concussion. We don't know whether he got one or not because we can't see the eyes.
You can tell concussion from their eyes.
So, from what?
Their eyes?
No, you get a concussion. Somebody hit you to the head.
Oh,
So you might tell the fish, oh, I'm okay, but you out here with a concussion.
Oh, okay.
See your eyes,
Got it.
see what you look like. See if they're not dancing.
That's good. Yeah. Ha.
That was simple.
How'd you do it?
I said they've been playing. Who let them play with that? Glad you picked up on that.
They weren't playing.
I don't think nobody can do that. Okay, where is the coach? Where did he go to?
He's over there taking a visor off.
Okay. Let me have an assistant coach. Assistant coach. So now, since he's gone, all your players probably dressed. And they will be throughout the course of the game. And we're going to have good sports.
Here, you good? Okay.
Number 70, Jean-Marc Lavoie. Number 77, Ethan Davis. Number 97, Lee Rahman. And number 99, Tristan Durango.
See what I'm saying? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, stop. It's going to always be behind the offense, 15 yards behind the offense, 20 to 35 feet high. Yeah. We pull it down after every quarter. The battery lasts about, it says 30 minutes, but movement and the heat to get 10, 15 minutes out of it, good. And we don't like to try to take it down between plays and missing things. So every quarter we just change the battery. And then we got this is when we have tournament days. We won't need this today. Tournament days, it gets a little crazy.
Let's go after him. It's your day, Jake Cochran. Get back there. Let's go. Kyle, do the change. Who else is doing the change?
Can you hear him on me?
Kyle, who's with you on the change?
Number 68, Jack Stream. And number 44, AJ Poldo.
This thing's fine.
Down, Mark. I got in trouble last time. All right. You do the down. It's always fourth down when they have the ball. Yeah. Well, Rob said he's giving us getting over anything.
Do we defer?
So both mics are off now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for today's matchup. SkyCorp Network bringing you Midway Wolverines 5th grade football. Today's team, Midway Wolverines, coached by Mr. Patrick Rhineheart, Michael Perret, Sean Bailey, and Rob Schlauter. They will be taking on today the Sharon Springs Falcons. And I'm sure this is set to be a really good game. We're going to have 10-minute quarters here for this game, along with a 10-minute half to be distributed a little later. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you from Sharon Springs Park here in Cumming, Georgia. And we're going to make it a beautiful day. The sun is out. It's a little overcast, not too hot, just perfectly beautiful on the side of the weather today. All right. Midway Wolverines are back to kick. Jean-Marc is for the kickoff, and the kick is off. It is down past the 30, taken at about the 30-yard line. He's got some space on the sideline. He's made some move. He's going to come back close to the 40-yard line, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to call it. So we're getting ready. This is very well set to be a great matchup. There have been a couple of other great matchups earlier today between the Sharon Springs organization and the Midway Wolverines. Great football here in Cumming, Georgia today. There we see an Alex swoop as she is coming around. We have the Sharon Springs Falcons on offense. Number 14 quarterbacks under center. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going to get just past the 40-yard line. That was a great run right there. Way to go. Is she recording? All right, plays off to the right, and he is going to be tackled after a short gain. All right, we're back here on the ball. Sharon Springs comes out of the huddle here on offense. We're going to listen in to the microphone here of these players and see what exactly is happening on the field. Receiver moves in motion. Quarterback takes the hands off. Play action. He's passing number 3. He makes a man miss, a second man, and he's going to be tackled down. Wow, nice tackle right there by a host of Midway Wolverines coming in to slash in on that play. That's going to bring up a 4th down here for the Sharon Springs Vikings.
Stop.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure that the Midway Wolverines are looking like they want to let them get that first down. 4th and a long 7 is what they're going to call it here. Good, ladies and gentlemen, we're here from Sharon Springs Park, Cumming, Georgia, covering 5th grade football. The Midway Wolverines playing the home team, Sharon Springs Falcons. Quarterback is under center. Motion from right to left. Quarterback pitches it off to the left. He's got some space. Good block by the receiver. Oh, the linebacker comes across. What a play right there by Carter Juneau. What a play. Let's listen in. I'm sure Mr. Carter is having some fun there. What a play. Yeah, Juneau.
He's already crying?
Yes, he was crying.
I got 1 too many. I got 12. Who's not in?
Juneau.
Carter, you're out.
They're on the tackle.
Here we go. Carter.
Carter as well, ladies and gentlemen, is mic'd up today, so you may be able to listen in to Carter as he's conducting his defensive opportunities. Now we're going to have Mr. Finn Rhineheart coming out on offense, mic'd up here. All right. Midway offense is out. Midway offense is on the line. There's a shift, two-man shift to the left side. Ball is snap. Quarterback hands it up the middle to Jean-Marc. Jean-Marc makes it about a 3-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. All right, 2nd down. Shotgun snap. Jean-Marc takes it off to the left this time. And it looks like he's going to have another about 2-yard gains. It's going to bring up 2nd, 3rd, and about 5 yards here. Mr. Finn Rhineheart is in there at quarterback. Let's check in on Finn as he's conducting his troops.
Go! Go!
All right.
Red line, 44!
Mr. Rhineheart has.
Ready! Down, go!
And there's a reverse back to the right side. He makes a one-man miss. He's got some space, and he's going to be taken down right at about the 30-yard line, but not before he secures a Midway Wolverine first down.
London.
On that run
London,
right
it's okay,
there,
it's okay,
number
London.
5,
London, you got us
London
first down, it's
Sharp, making a couple guys miss and displaying the speed to get around the edge. All right, so this next play, we see Mr. Finn as well as Mr. Rhineheart on the field. So let's listen in to both and see what they have going on.
Go.
Oh. See? And it appears that there is some sort of issue with the referee, white hat. He's fine. And the game is now resuming.
Black Steeler 44, Beethoven.
All right, I'm going to zoom in just a tad bit so you can see that offensive line. Ball is snapped. Oh, looks like a delayed snap by the center. It's going to be a penalty against the Midway Wolverines. It's going to back them up just a tad bit here. Looks like we were not prepared for that snap. Coming back up on the ball, it's going to be 1st and about 15, extra long. In the backfield, we have Finn Rhineheart, spelled by Mr. Carter Juneau. Hands off to number 4, Braden Bailey. Bailey's got some space and some speed, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Bailey's covering ground very fast, and it's going to make up 4 of those yards, bringing it down to 2nd and 11. Okay, we'll go listen in on Carter here. All right. Oh, great fake by Finn Rhineheart. Oh, he is unable to make the man miss. Just in the backfield a little too fast. All right, coming back, 3rd and long. Got a guy in motion and more laundry on the field.
Who's that on?
I'm guessing these guys don't do their own laundry. With all of these yellow flags we see on the field, you've got to have a laundry service of some sort.
What are we doing?
It's going to make it 3rd and even longer here. 3rd and almost an even 20 yards. I'll tell you that defensive line from the Sharon Springs Falcons is ready to pin their ears back. Let's see what Coach Patrick Rhineheart and squad from the Midway Wolverines have up their sleeve for this 3rd and long. All right. So here we go. Ball is snapped. He fakes it. He's passing it. Oh, just through the hands of Mr. Bailey. Great pass just barely missed it. All right, it's going to be 4th and 20. It's 4th and 20. All right, and it's going to be a punt by the Wolverines. And they punted a great punt there, young man. It's going to be down, marked down inside the 5-yard line. We're going to transition out here 1 second and get the battery trains in the drone and get you right back to the action. Go. Good job. All right, we're back into the action here, ladies and gentlemen. On the field, Sharon Springs is on offense. Midway Wolverines on defense. Hands up the middle. Oh, there's one man almost with the tackle, and he is wrapped up by a host, ladies and gentlemen. A host of Wolverines. Not before he's able to break the tackle and get for about another gain of 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and it looks like we may have a potential injury on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Sky Court Network bringing you Midway Wolverine football. We will be covering the Midway Wolverines for you all season. This 5th grade team is a special bunch of guys, and we'll be here with them to let you know the ins and outs of all the happenings throughout the season as they take on their seasonal competition. Next up here, we're going to have 3rd down. 3rd down for the Falcons from about the 13-yard line. I want to listen in and see if we can see what's going on.
Watch it! Watch 3!
Carter. Juneau.
3!
It's going to be a toss off back to the right side. Mr. Bailey comes up. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what I call an open tackle made with precision. Braden Bailey. Great tackle right there, young man in the open field. Coming up. When I was playing ball, that's what we call setting the edge and keeping contained. That young man has it down to a science. It is now going to be 4th and 6 coming up for the Sharon Springs Falcons. I think it's their first 4th down of the game. Let's see what coaching staff over there have in play for it. We saw the first 4th down for the Midway Wolverines led to a punt, our first punt of the day. Let's see what the Falcons have up their sleeve. Looks like it. All right, that's a timeout on the field. We're going to stay here with you for a quick moment until we get right back. We're back on the ball here. It's going to bring up 4th down. Sharon Springs, Falcons. It looks as if it's going to be a punt right here. Mr. London Sharp is back for the Midway Wolverines. It is going to be a punt. It's a short punt. Here guys yelling Peter. That's an age-old adage for a short punt. Short punt, get out of the way. Don't let the ball hit you. It's going to be a short punt. It's going to be fielded at the 25-yard line. No return. We're going to start the ball with the Midway Wolverines from the 25-yard line of the Falcons. 1st and 10. All righty. Midway Wolverines are back on the field with Mr. Finn Rhineheart leading them. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's going to be up the middle. Pat handed off to Braden Bailey. And again, Mr. Bailey is running hard. We've got a man down. And I think it might have been friendly fire. Braden Bailey came through there like he was shot out of a rocket at an old school fair. I think he may have had a collision with some guys on his internal team to cause a potential injury. Let's hope everything's okay. And we're going to check in with the Midway huddle right here.
Am I ready to watch the end or right?
No, you need to block him. That's your guy. If you can't get him, you got to
I'm getting it.
You might get it and you might not.
But am I going to the right or am I
Yes, you're going to the right and cutting it.
So I'm going like this.
All right. Coming around on the Midway Wolverines, Mr. Finn Rhineheart in the backfield. Quarterback. He fakes it to Carter Juneau. Finn is going to take it. He makes another man miss. Oh, and I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I need to know the laundry service that these referees are using because I'm sure my wife would not mind it. They are throwing laundry left and right. I don't know if any of it's hit the hamper one time. All right, that's going to be coming back against the Wolverines. Backing them up. That's not what you want unless you're a Sharon Springs Falcon, and then you're saying, hey, if they're going to make it easier for our defense, we'll take it. It's going to make it second and long here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are, let me see if we're going to get it. It's going to be 2nd and 17, 18, should I say. 2nd and 18 for the Midway Wolverines. Let's see what Mr. Finn and Carter have up their sleeve for this play. Finn drops back. He slings it. Oh, he's going to be intercepted. That pass is intercepted by a Sharon Springs Falcon. He's moving. Finn says, no, sir, not on my watch will you run it back to the end zone. And he is, ladies and gentlemen, the guy to make that tackle. Looks like the White Hat has just made a call. There was a block in the back by the Sharon Springs Falcons after the interception. It's going to bring it back, possibly from the spot of the foul, an additional 15 yards. And that's going to hurt, ladies and gentlemen, because that young man totally changed the field position of the game. Momentum and field position right there were at stake. First and 10 for the Sharon Springs Falcons. Here we go. Midway coming out on defense. We're going to tap in here and see if we can see what's going on the field. Snap. Quarterback drops back for a pass. He's going to have, and it's going to be caught by number 0, taken down by London Sharp. But I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call high pointing the ball and going to get it. You could not have played better defense. The DB was all over him. He held his focus. He caught the ball with his hands, brought it in for his team. Great play right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and it's going to be a decline penalty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first quarter, and we're back. First play of the second quarter, kicking off here. We're going to be getting the drone back in the air to get this play here. 44 off to the left side, makes second man miss, but he's going to be taken down by Carter Juneau. I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carter has been everywhere, all of this field. Carter Juneau is a defensive animal right now with this team. All righty. Back up on the ball. Sharon Springs, backfield, hands it to the tailback. He's got some block, ladies and gentlemen, but he's going to be taken down after a short gain. Looks like he had a nice little block going on there. It's a short gain as the defensive line, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, from the Midway Wolverines is here to play. They're not giving up much leeway at all. A little bend, but no break. That's a defensive line that you want to see. All right, now we can see Sharon Springs comes out 3rd and 6. Number 3 comes in motion. Quarterback hands it in the middle. Oh, what a block in the middle of the field. But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Carter Juneau once again is in there on the tackle. I'm going to start calling that young man there Ray Lewis of the Midway Wolverines. Carter is not only mic'd up today, which was a great call, but he is all over the field making plays at will. Mr. Juneau, Carter, I'll tell you, sir, you've earned my respect today. As a former linebacker, I love in everything I see. We talked before the game, and I'll tell you, you've kept your word here through the first 2 quarters. 7:45 left in the second quarter. 4th and 2 for the Sharon Springs. Hands it off number 44 wide to the left. He's got some space, a first down and more. He's going to be taken out of bounds around the 35-yard line of the Midway Wolverines. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 right here for the Sharon Springs Falcons. The Falcons have seemingly put together a set of drives, and they've got the sauce that they think is going to be able to get themselves in the box. Let's see what we come out with here. Quarterback 14's in the backfield. Two back. It's going to be a shift. Everyone's from the left to the right. Overload to the right. He's running it back to the left. Great call by the coach. Oh, but the cornerback stays home. This little piggy stayed home, and this little piggy got the bone. Great tackle right there by that cornerback. Staying home, handling his responsibilities. I'm guessing it was cover 2 because he didn't move. Kept his eyes in the backfield. Made the play. Great job there for Mr. Rimby. All right. That right there was Mr. Rimby. Great tackle. Great awareness. Staying home. I'll tell you, I am loving the look of this defense right here. So Everett comes out again. He's got one receiver in front of him. Quarterback takes the handoff. He hands it to one man in backfield, and he, ladies and gentlemen, had nowhere to go as he stood up and looked Big Jake Slaughter in his face. And I don't think Jake was the guy that he wanted to tango with at the time. It's going to be a no gain. It's going to bring up third down here for the Sharon Springs Falcons. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Sky Corp Network bringing you Midway Wolverine 5th grade football. Today we're reporting to you from Sharon Springs Park in Cumming, Georgia, here as they take on the Sharon Springs Falcons on offense in the black pants, the gray jerseys, and black helmets, and the Midway Wolverines on defense in the white and blue jerseys and the gray pants, dark blue helmets. This is a good matchup here today. As we can see, for those of you who like defense, it's a defensive game, 0-0, with 5:30 left in the second quarter. And I can truly say that it has been a defensive battle throughout the first few moments. Showing some sparks on both sides of the ball. Sharon Springs has some motors running here a few moments ago I thought would lead to some momentum. And we watched the team from the Midway Wolverines as well have a few stallouts on offense as they're seemingly see some bright spots. So it looks like it may be whichever team can put together an offensive drive amongst the defensive juggernauts that are on the field may come out victorious today. The importance of youth football, ladies and gentlemen, cannot be understated. It's not just about the game itself. It's about the love of the game and the many lessons that you learn in playing the game, coaching the game, being around and part of the game. All right, so the Sharon Springs Falcons are coming out to the ball, making sure that they are not going to get the delay of game call. 14 backs as quarterback. He fakes the handoff. He's got a receiver coming across the middle. It's intercepted by Carter Juneau. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is the player of the game thus far for the Midway Wolverines. He is all over the field on offense, and on defense, nothing happens without his say-so. He is the gatekeeper of the Midway Wolverine defense. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Just like Alaska. Gotcha. Juneau. Carter Juneau. Got to get that right, man. I think I'm gonna be saying that for the next 20 years if I'm watching football. That young man is making plays here today. Carter Juneau. All right. Finn comes out at quarterback. Hands off to Jean-Marc. Jean is making, oh, what a stiff arm. And he is taken down hard, though, by number 22 from Sharon Springs. I believe his last name says Rogers. But, hey, I'll tell you, boy, Jean-Marc was running hard, and Mr. Rogers came across there. It looks like Rogers, I think, 22 from the Sharon Springs. He whopped him, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to come back. We've got Mr. Finn Rhineheart in the backfield. Let's see if we can listen and see what he's got going on. There's some motion from Sharp. Oh, and it looks like there's going to be laundry on the field. Now, this one I can understand. I saw the early movement. There was some early movement on the side of Midway. Going to be called a false start, 5-yard penalty totally negating that first down play. And we're now back at 2nd and 10. All righty. All right, here we go. And all right, here we go. Oh, low snap. Mr. Rhineheart has to make what he can out of it. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that scare me the most in youth football are plays like that, when a ball is bad snap, because it could lead to injury. But I'm so glad that Finn Rhineheart right there understood the complexity of where he was as a position, got down to protect himself. All right, coming down. All right, Finn's rolling to the left, to the right. He's made one man miss. Ooh, and he is surrounded by a host of Falcons, ladies and gentlemen. It must have been feeding time in the Falcon nest for Sharon Springs, as the defense was all over the place, coming from every angle after the ball at that time. All right, it's going to be a timeout on the field, as we are here with Sharon Springs Park, as the Sharon Springs Falcons, the home team here, in the black helmets, the gray jerseys, and black pants, are taking on the visiting Midway Wolverines. Midway Wolverines come to town today as a well-built team, coached by Mr. Rhineheart and squad, and most definitely prepared for the game today. It's been a very good defensive battle, 0-0 here with 3:35 left in the second quarter. But I could tell you that it has been some pretty elite level football plays on both sides of the ball. It's going to bring up 4th down, and I believe that the Midway Wolverines are going to set this one up to punt. Oh. All right, looks like he tried to draw him off sides. Maybe it's not a punt. 4th and 20. All right, he's got it, and it's going to be a nice punt right there by Carter Juneau. And the ball is going to be down at about the 25-yard line. Almost a 40-yard punt by a young man in 10th grade. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, way to go there, Carter. By all means, getting the ball down the field and changing the field position for the teams. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the action here. We have your Midway Wolverines on defense. Sharon Springs Falcons are on offense. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He hands up the middle. 1 man, and he's taken down after a nice gain, about a 3-yard gain there. It's going to be taken down by Jean-Marc. Mr. LeBoy has been in there on a good bit of tackles here early on. Not only is he carrying the load on the offense at running back, but also in there into the defense. All right. What do we got here? Midway Wolverines out on defense. Sharon Springs comes out, quarterback sending his shotgun. He hands it off to his back, 1 back beside him. He's got some space, ladies and gentlemen. He's got space, nothing but green grass if he doesn't keep running it back. But I'll tell you, Braden Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, may have just displayed that world-class speed I've been telling you about all day, as he's 6 yards behind the ball carrier and runs him down for the tackle. That was a beautiful play. Great call by the coach there from the Sharon Springs Falcons. and the offensive line and wide receivers hold their blocks successfully. This is going to be a timeout, and it looks like by the Midway Wolverines. They want to catch their breath, get a little swig of Gatorade after that play there. Young man covered a good bit of yards in a short amount of time. So we can gather the troops here for the Midway Wolverines and shake off the dust. Last play don't matter. We're back on the field for the next play. But if you are the Falcons, you are saying to yourself, hey, let's do it again. Hey, let's do it again. Hey, let's do it again. Because that was a wonderful run. And I'll let you know that us up here in the box, we are having the luxury of some cooler weather. We see fans and moms and dads and grandparents braving out the heat here. It's not a scorcher here today in Cumming, Georgia, but it's not exactly a fall day in the Midwest yet either. All right, and so we are back. Sharon Springs is coming out on offense. It's going to be first down after that long play, and everyone has been able to catch their breath. All righty. Sharon Springs back in the shotgun, hands it off on the left to number 15. He makes a move up the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, that young man has got vision for days, and he is making a miss all the way down to about the 3-yard line. He's going to be tackled again by Braden Bailey, who I will tell you is all over the defensive side of the ball, but not before he gains a first down and takes it within 3 yards of pay dirt here for the Falcons. Ball is snapped. He's hit in the backfield by Jean-Marc LeBoy, but he is not taken down. And it appears that he is going to be second down. Second and goal here for the Sharon Springs Falcons. All right. Ball snap, hand off to the right side. He is taken down almost after no gain. Again, Braden Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, this young man is playing outside, out-of-body experience. If you're looking for a linebacker or safety to come down and smack him, then Mr. Bailey is the guy that you want to bring into your team. Great job there, Braden. Coming up on the ball, Sharon Springs is third and goal. After the 2 big plays, the Midway Wolverines have seemingly bowed their necks here on the goal line. There's a motion from the right. Quarterback takes, he's going to toss to the right side. He's got some space, and it looks like he is going to be past the pylon for a Sharon Springs Falcon touchdown. That is going to be coming with 47 seconds left on your clock in the first half. The Sharon Springs Falcons, the home team, punch it in.
Strong left.
All right, we're back. All right, Sharon Springs comes out for the point after. I have to get the rules on how the points are scored here. But it's going to be a pass. He's going to have some pressure, but he's making a miss. He's got some motor later. Ooh, he almost threw it in there for the touchdown. I truly believe the receiver had turned into a blocker, not realizing that he could potentially still be a receiver on that play. Great job by the Sharon Springs Falcons to punch it in. They now lead 6-0 with 47 seconds left here in the half. Back at it, 47 seconds. Sharon Springs is out for the kickoff. Avery Rogers for the kickoff. And it's going to be a nice kick. Carter Juneau takes it. He's coming back across field. He's got some space and some speed. Oh, he's not taken down. Make one man miss. He's going to be tackled out there. Good return. Good return there. There is a flag. I think the White Hat's going to call it a block in the back potentially. Block in the back against the Wolverines. 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10. 32 seconds left in the half here with the Midway Wolverines trailing 6-0. They're going to take over on offense with hopes of one big play that'll be able to bring them a little closer to the lead, or at least to tying this game up at 6 apiece. Coming out on offense here, Finn Rhinehart's in the backfield. Jean-Marc LeBoy behind him. He's going to take it in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right and pass it. He's got a caught pass by Braden Bailey, who makes a couple men miss and get downfield. It's going to be a timeout. The coach was a little animated over there. So we got all righty. Back in action here. 23 seconds left before halftime. The Midway Wolverines coming out on the ball. Finn Rhineheart with Carter Juneau behind him. Juneau. Finn is rolling right, and he's going to be sacked down. And there's going to be another flag on the play with 19 seconds left on the clock. I think it was a horse collar on the defense. Here, what a call. I'll tell you that Sharon Springs defense, ladies and gentlemen, has been playing rock solid all day. This penalty hopefully isn't one that'll put a chink in their armor, but they are holding up very well as a defensive unit. Okay, so let's see what they're going to do. They're going to mark this play off. We're going to try to keep the drone up to keep all of this footage. A 15-yard penalty, and I think we're going to have one more play left before the half. I'm not sure how many timeouts are left on either side of the ball, but I know that they've used at least 2 of them by the Midway Wolverines. Each team has 1 timeout left. And here come the Wolverines in the shotgun. He drops back, quick pass, and he's got, one man. And he's tackled from behind. Number 15, great play right there. Great play. He's got taken down 3, 2, 1, and we are going to be at halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll take us to halftime with your score 6 for the home team Sharon Springs Eagles to 0 for the visiting Midway Wolverines. Let's see if Coach Rhineheart and the Wolverine team can put together a good pep talk for halftime and come back and be ready for the second half. We're going to go over to halftime here, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime is actually going to be 10 minutes, and so we'll be back here with the action shortly.
computer science while he was at Coastal, and he has a passion for communicating and sharing that knowledge with these students. He's really communicating this in not a technical way, but in a practical and applied way.
What we're trying to do is introduce them to a different view of the world, touching technology that you've never been exposed to, expanding your brain into areas that you've never gone into. We're trying to excite, we're trying to have them overjoyed about learning.
We learned how to drive drone for the first time, and it's really cool. It's like playing a video game.
I'm impressed. I mean, they just basically picked it up and went with it. They all have a lot of experience playing video games. In a way, really, the interface, the controller is very similar, so it's a very familiar kind of a feel for them.
I double majored in computer science and business management. I was given an amazing opportunity at Coastal Carolina University. As a football player, being the first player here, I don't think I went anywhere and was not considered welcome. But I had that drive in the education side. I had that backing on the education side.
It's pretty cool because he's a football player, and he didn't really just care about football, he cared about education too.
I came to Coastal on a football scholarship, but academics was always my forefront. There were times when I didn't want to go to football practice because I wanted to finish a program. And that was the type of mentality where I was. Coastal really helped to nurture that. And so what I try to do is let kids know about the benefits of that education.
I had the honor of being named the director of Each One Teach One just a couple months back. Really, our main goal is to show them what they can do and to show them where they can go.
I've been a part of Each One Teach One since 9th grade. They give us opportunities to learn more things that we can use in school, and like the business aspects and stuff, that everybody needs business.
The effort is to bring the knowledge to them, allow them to experience it and explore it in a practical, hands-on way, and help them to think about college where maybe before they wouldn't have.
Coastal Carolina University showed me that as long as I was willing to put the work in, the support structure around me would matter enough for me to go where I wanted to go.
time to beat the competition, time to strategize. It's time to finish up the mission. We've been training hard, and we've been working all day. We've been practicing. Now it's time to bring the pain. I'm an animal, and I came up out the jungle to the stadium. Now it's time for us to rumble. We some animals, and we came up out the jungle to the stadium. And now it's time for us to rumble. Yeah, it's time to turn it up. It's halftime. It's time to turn it up. It's halftime. It's time to get lit. It's halftime. It's time to get lit. It's halftime. It's time to turn it up. It's halftime. It's time to turn it up. It's halftime. It's time to get lit. It's halftime. It's time to get lit. It's halftime. It's warfare. The coast is all clear. I can see it in their eyes. I know that they all scared. Coach told us to get them. He know that we ready. He know that we.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second half of the Midway Wolverines versus the Sharon Springs Falcons here from Cumming, Georgia. Kickoff is off. It's taken in by Mr. Finn Rhineheart. He makes a spin move, and he's going to get out to about the 46. So they're going to start at their own 46-yard line. Good kick there by Mr. Rogers. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the first half was a very good defensive battle. We saw one touchdown toward the end of the second quarter coming from the Sharon Springs Falcons. The Midway Wolverines are coming out offense first here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their 46-yard line. We got Mr. Finn Rhineheart is mic'd up along with Carter Juneau. All right. Ball is snapped. He hands off to Carter. Up the middle. Carter's got some space, ladies and gentlemen. He makes a couple of people miss, and it's going to be a 13-yard gain. First play from scrimmage for the offensive unit here from Midway. Wolverines with no huddle on the ball. Carter once again right up the middle, and it looks like the Sharon Springs Falcons may have been waiting on him that time there. All right. Finn Rhineheart is in the shotgun. Hands it up to the running back. I can't see if I think that's Mr. Bailey. Braden Bailey off on the left side. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start calling that young man the speedster. As when he turns on the speed, it is goodbye. Oh, and there's going to be an encroachment by the Sharon Springs Falcons. I'll tell you, if I was a defensive coordinator, I'm looking at my linebacker, I'm looking at my safeties, and I'm getting their heads together because the Midway Wolverines have come out in this first drive of the second half and seemingly had their way. with the Sharon Springs defense thus far. Mr. Finn snaps it, hands off to Bailey again, and Bailey is going to be up the middle, slicing through before he's taken down after about a 4.5-yard gain. It's going to bring up a first down for the Midway Wolverines. First down from the 27-yard line. Next first down of the half. All right. Finn Rhineheart in the backfield. Jean-Marc LeBoy behind him. He hands it off to Jean-Marc. Jean-Marc is moving forward for about 4 yards. And there's going to be, it appears to be some laundry on the field. A flag of some sort. And we're looking to see what number it's on. It's going to be a block in the back penalty against the Wolverines, negating any chance at a good play there. All right, let's kick it in and see what we got. Ball a snap. Hands up the middle. Carter Juneau. Carter's a little slow to get up there. He has been a warrior today, ladies and gentlemen. The heart and soul of this team, Mr. Juneau. Rhineheart, quarterback. He's going to hand it back to Carter once more. He makes first man miss. It's going to be thrown forward for another 3-yard gain. And I'll tell you, Finn and Carter are making a pretty good team here together. All right. So we got here Mr. Rhineheart and Mr. Juneau in the backfield. Bailey is shifting to the left along with Sharp. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's moving to the left. Makes a man miss. Finn is still on his feet, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be taken out of bounds. But it's going to be a great gain of about 8 yards, bringing it back to 4th and reasonable for the Midway Wolverines. But it's going to be still 4th and 5 to go on this play. All right, and you may be able to hear the sounds of Mr. Finn Rhineheart here as he's mic'd up on the play. All right. We are. Ball a snap. Finn takes the fake. Oh, and ball's out. Ball is on the ground. Mr. Rhineheart makes his way back to that ball. And that is a big play there. It's going to lead to a turnover on downs. The ball is going to go over to the Sharon Springs Falcons. We are, ladies and gentlemen, in the 3rd down. 6:07 left. And the score right now is 6-0 in favor of the Sharon Springs Falcons. The Falcons are currently on offense. The home team here at Sharon Springs Park. Today, we're coming to you, SkyCorp Network, this beautiful 5th grade matchup. Ball a snap, hands off number 2 up the middle. Jean-Marc comes up for the tackle along with a couple other, looks like Carter Juneau right there from, yes, sir, that was Carter as well from the Midway Wolverines coming in and assisting on that tackle. All right, quarterback in the shotgun. He hands it off to the right. Number 44, young man's got some wheels on him. And he's taken down in the backfield, though. He's going to be surrounded there by a few guys. I think the first guy on the scene might have been Everett Remby. But I can tell you that Carter Juneau was in there as well. Mr. Juneau has been one of the defensive stalwarts here today. It's third down coming up. 3rd and 9 for Sharon Springs. Looking for another great play to get downfield while Midway Wolverines are trying to figure out a way to stop them from getting another yard this drive. 3rd and 9. Quarterback takes a snap. He drops back to pass. Ball's in the air. It's caught. And he picks up a block. Oh, nice tackle, but not before he picks up a 16-yard gain. And that's going to be another Sharon Springs first down. Great defense there, but it looks like he had a little too much time to deliver that ball. Wasn't able to pick up the coverage on the Midway side to see just who may have been out of position. That's a good pass right into a soft spot of the Midway Wolverine defense. We've now got Sharon Springs coming back up on the ball fast. 3 receivers spread to the left. 1 back. 14 takes a snap. He pitches it off to the back to the left. He's got some space. Oh, and Mr. Carter Juneau, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, he is all over the field. I'm going to start calling this young man Ed Reed because he covers space with the vision of a professional safety. The way that young man is anticipating the run, anticipating angles, is just phenomenal. I think he could potentially use a breather, but I think we're going to have to maybe get 1 or 2 more plays out of him after the way he's moving. He is right now truly the heart and soul. Oh, he's going to get a breather. Way to go there. Appreciate that, coach. Keep that young man's motor running. He's going to be spelled by Mr. Finn Rhineheart, who comes in with the same grit and griminess, ready to pick up where Carter left off. All right, Sharon Springs up on the ball. 2 receivers right, 2 left, 1 back. Hands up to the backfield. They spread him wide and hit him up the middle. Age-old run right there, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen that set up before. It's going to bring it to 3rd and 10 after a short gain right there by the Sharon Springs Falcons. 3rd and 10. Falcons are huddling now. I'm sure they've got something that they want to pull out of the hat here. 1 receiver to the left, 2 wings. We got some motion. He's got a handoff. Oh, and the young man was in the backfield, but unable to make the tackle. And it looks like he is going to be tackled down right there by Ethan Davis. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Davis is excited. Great play. You love to see defensive linemen come in the game, know their role, and execute. Mr. Davis, welcome to the party, sir. Welcome to the party. Great play there. It's going to bring up 4th and long, a 10-yard 4th down attempt here for the Sharon Springs Falcons. Looks like there may be some confusion in the huddle if they're going to go for it or if they're going to punt it. But I guess we'll be finding out here in a short moment. All right. Coming out on offense. It's like a 2 tight, double wing set. 1 back. He fakes to the running back. He's got some men wide open in the middle of the field. Great catch by number 0. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that quarterback looked like a young Matty Ice in the dome, slinging it across the middle of the field right there. Great catch by that receiver. Midway Wolverines just had a dagger there as they gave up the middle of the field and a big pass on a late down in the drive. We've got a bend but don't break here. Midway is shaking it off. Next play. And speaking of next play, the Sharon Springs Falcons are out and ready for that next play. Ball a snap. Quarterback hands it up the middle. 1 man missed. He made another miss. He's got some jukes, and he is now leveled, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be number 30, Mason Johnson, who let him know that another yard was not to be gained. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7, though. The Falcons have had a seemingly pretty good drive here on this drive. We're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter, under 15 seconds left. I doubt we'll get another playoff here. But we are in the midst of a great game here as we prepare for the last play of the 3rd quarter. Ball a snap, quarterback rolling to the right. He's got some space, a couple men to beat. And it's going to be a great tackle, low tackle right there by Mr. Everett Remby. I love to see those tackles when they come in from the defensive back position and snipe his legs from underneath him. And it is the 4th quarter. All real football players are running up and down the sideline with 4 fingers showing right now, as we know it's the last chance to make your mark known in this game. We come back to the ball, 3rd down for the Sharon Springs Falcons. They've had a pretty good drive here going in the last quarter. See what the Midway Wolverines have on 3rd down. There's going to be a flag on Sharon Springs. And it looks like too many people on the field. 12 men were in the huddle. And I'll say, because I'm looking in the eye in the sky, I think that may be the 3rd time they've gotten away, or twice before I've seen it happen. I think that one there they finally got caught. The 3rd time was the charm. All right, so after the penalty, mark it off. It'll be 3rd and 10. Sharon Springs comes back up to the ball. One receiver far to the left. Motion back, hands it number 14 up the middle. He makes a man miss, but he is taken down by none other than Mr. Carter Juneau. He is there, ladies and gentlemen. He is there. Carter Juneau is there all day. Fourth and 12 coming up. Can the Wolverines hold on right here, ladies and gentlemen? Make a defensive stand and turn the ball over to the offense for a chance to win the game. Right now is the time that the defense is knowing the game is on us. We need a turnover. We need a stop. We bend, but we don't break. And the Sharon Springs offensive line is saying we're a couple of first downs away from walking away with a victory. Fakes the handoff. Ball is thrown in the air. It is caught by number 0. Makes 2 men miss. He's still moving, ladies and gentlemen. He is fighting for the first down, and I got to see what it's going to say. He fought very hard. And it is going to be a turnover on downs. Great play right there by the Sharon Springs Falcons. A very close call right there. Number 0 has been making catches all day long. Beautiful catches, high pointing the ball. That young man there has got a wide receiver coach I wouldn't mind spending a few moments with. All right, here we are back on the ball. Midway Wolverines, who have not been able to get much moving on the offensive side today, are lined up for the first down. Finn Rhineheart behind the center. He hands it back to Mr. Sharp, who has some space in the middle of the field. He's got a couple of guys to shake off. He's still running, legs still churning, and he's going to have about a 9.5. They're going to call it a 10-yard gain and a first down. Great vision for him to stop that run from the outside and cut it back up the middle. He knows that right there was a good run. All right, back up on the ball. Midway Wolverines not wasting much time. No huddle. Mr. Rhineheart fakes the handoff, and he is going to be wrangled down right away. Number 50 from the Sharon Springs Falcons. They say his name is Brody, and Brody said he was having none of that in his house today. All right, here we are, Midway Wolverines. Let's see what we can get. 2nd and 12. Has some success through the air, some success on the edge. Let's see what we go to here. Face it through the air. It is caught, and he is, oh my goodness, he had a knee down. Great catch by Noah Perrette. And he had a knee down, so it's going to now be 3rd down. 3rd and 3 for the Midway Wolverines. They're trying to march down here, ladies and gentlemen, with 7:35 left in the 4th quarter. Finn takes a snap. He hands it up the middle. Carter Juneau is not going to be he got maybe 1 yard. He got maybe 1 yard. It looks like we may have an injury on the Sharon Springs side. I think he's going to be okay. He's going to come off for preventative measures just to make sure that he'll be okay. Check on him. All right, 4th and 2 for the Wolverines. Right now is when you hear the defense chants in the crowd from the Sharon Springs side, and the offense, let's go Rhineheart, chants from the offensive side of the ball. Ball is snapped, hands it to Mr. Sharp, who's got nowhere to go. He is bottled up, ladies and gentlemen, bottled up with nowhere to go as a host of Falcons swooped in to the backfield to stop that play. It's going to turn over the ball back to the Sharon Springs Falcons as we are approaching 6:47 left here in the 4th quarter. Your score is still 6 for the Sharon Springs Falcons, 0 for your Midway Wolverines. The Wolverines are still here battling. Bend but don't break. The defense knows they're just one potential turnover away. And the Sharon Springs offense knows that they have to continue to drive the ball to seal this game away and a win for their team. Ball is snapped. Hands it off to the left side. He's got some space. 15 yards before he's touched by another man. Whoa. What a run there. It's going to be tackled there. 21, Cooper Wright, but not before he gets a very big run that could really put a damper on the Midway Wolverine defensive chances here. Sharon Springs comes back to the ball. Heavy formation on the left side. Ball is running to the left. And he's going to be tackled after not a very long gain. Looks like on that last play that the Midway D-line may have not shifted to accommodate for the overload, giving Sharon Springs the numbers around that left side to get over there and get a couple yards. We're here now with 5:30 left in the 4th quarter. Sharon Springs, 2nd and 8. Ball is snapped. He's tossing it wide right. It's going to be a good block. He's got a couple of blocks, and he's taken down, but it is going to be a horse collar tackle, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. Understanding the defensive player was trying to get him down by any means necessary, but those means cannot be by the back of the jersey, the back of the collar of the shoulder pads, because that is called a horse collar tackle. We're trying to protect these players, especially these young men in today's game, so that they could be the future stars of the NFL, and we must start that with rules just like you just saw there being implemented. The horse collar rule is implemented to protect the runner from vicious tackles. That's going to be about 15 yards. Whoa, 15 yards marked off toward the end zone as the Sharon Springs Falcons are now going to be resting the ball at about the 11-yard line. Let's see what Midway has left in them. There hasn't been any quit on this field all day, and I want to see exactly what the Wolverines come through with here. Pitches far to the right again. Same play from last time, and he's going to come up, and it's a nice run, but he's tackled after about 2.5 yards by Cooper Wright. Cooper has been holding it down on that side, but I'll tell you the up front battle right now is being won by the Sharon Springs Falcons. All real football players know that the trenches is where the game is won or lost. And right now, Sharon Springs is seemingly controlling the trenches. Here we are at Midway, shifting for the overload. Carter comes down. There's a ball. The ball is thrown. It's in the air, and it is going to be not incomplete. Incomplete pass intended for, it looks like, I think it's young man Mason. He was, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say he was wide open because I couldn't see the exact angle, but it went through his hands. I think he had a defender on him. He might have been trying to fight off. But if that catch happens, that could have been the dagger for the Midway Wolverines. Wolverines are now facing 3rd down with their backs against their own goal line as the Sharon Springs Falcons are trying to push in and seal this game. It's going to be a timeout called by Sharon Springs with 4:02 left in the 4th quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Maurice Simpkins coming to you from beautiful Sharon Springs Park in Cumming, Georgia, which I must say the amenities are just amazing. There are 2 turf fields, beautiful concession stands. It's a beautiful area here for youth football. It's a great time, great place to spend your Saturday mornings. If you're sitting watching these games from YouTube, maybe today you're watching on YouTube, next week or the week after, you're out in the stands with one of these games. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there isn't a better experience than Saturday morning youth football in the South. Okay, Sharon Springs Falcons come out on 3rd and 8. This is the chance for the Midway Wolverines to add something disruptive. He hands it off to the left side. He's got some space. Is he going? Was the ball is out, but he is into the end zone first. That is going to be a touchdown for the Sharon Springs Falcons. The Falcons have now extended their lead to 12. And the defensive play today is going to be difficult deficit to overcome for the Midway Wolverines. Not to say they can't do it. I'm pretty sure that Finn Rhineheart and Carter Juneau and the squad are there drawing in the dirt, getting their plays together, having it written up because they want to make sure that they come back in this game. 3 minutes and 55 seconds is a lot of time in football. A lot of time. When I was in high school, I had a game that we lost in 79 seconds. So I can tell you that 3 minutes and 55 seconds is a lot of time in a game of football. We're going to clap it off as Mr. John Mark LeBoy is taking off. We're hoping he's okay, sending blessings to the young man on the potential injury there. He does walk off under his own power. Coming up for the extra point, Sharon Springs' shotgun, overload to the right, and he runs it right into the overload and right into the end zone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be a successful 2-point conversion. Score is now 13-0. Sharon Springs has taken a commanding lead with the remaining time of 3 minutes and 55 seconds here in this game. All right. And here comes Mr. Rogers with the kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Braden Bailey, the speedster, and he's got some space and a couple blockers. He's trying to make something happen over here. It's going to be taken down at about the 45-yard line after a good run. But I'll tell you, the Sharon Springs kick return team was not trying to give up too much there. Great job by Mr. Bailey, who I must say has shown flashes of speed today that I'm not sure is comparable by anyone else on the field. Young man can separate himself with speed like none other at this level. Midway Wolverines are coming out. 3:41 left in the fourth quarter. Ball's on their own 44-yard line. They're looking to make a play and make it fast. Finn Rhineheart is back at quarterback. Jean Marc is behind him. Fakes the handoff. Finn's trying to spin out, but he is taken down. I'm telling you, this young man, Brody, from the Sharon Springs Falcons, has been in the backfield pretty much all game. He is having his way, and the Wolverines will have to go to the tape to see how they stop this young man in subsequent games. All right. Ball is snapped. It's going to be a penalty on a false start on the Wolverines. That penalty is about the 6th or 7th today against the Wolverines. And I'm going to tell you, folks, that is not something that's going to make Coach Patrick Rhineheart very happy. When you're looking at the type of penalty yards that they've suffered today, there are not many games, statistics-wise, that you're going to win when you're losing the penalty yard battle. All right, Midway Wolverines offense. Mr. Rhineheart drops back, makes one man miss, but Brody is there again, ladies and gentlemen. That is Brody. If you don't know, Brody is number 50 for the defensive line of the Sharon Springs Falcons. And he is here causing all kinds of trouble for the Wolverines this morning, this afternoon. We're under 2.5 minutes left. The Wolverines are still trying to find a play, the exact play that'll get them into the end zone. We've got an uncovered receiver down to the bottom here. Let's see if Finn can connect with him. He sees him. Yep, they're communicating right now. He saw him. Carter let him know already. Carter gave him the tap. I'm by myself. But I think potentially it was a bait job by the Falcons as they were ready for that one and saw it coming. Made a play here after no gain. We're going to be a 4th down. 1:46 remaining on the clock in this game here. And 4th and about 20 for Midway Wolverines. Rhineheart calls the play. He chops back. Makes the punt. He makes the guy miss. He's got some room. Little bit of room, but not enough to get back to the sticks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a turnover on downs. Ball going back over to the home team, Sharon Springs Falcons. And the Midway Wolverines are now 1 minute and 19 seconds away from potentially taking a loss here in Sharon Springs Park, Cumming, Georgia. It's been a great game, played very hard by both teams on both sides of the ball today. I think the passion that you see played in football is at its strongest in youth football. As you go through the ranks, football becomes for the likes, football becomes for the looks, football becomes for everything but the love. But these young men here you see on this field, this Sharon Spring Falcons and these Midway Wolverines, they are here for the love. 1:19 left. That's going to kneel down. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be next to our last play of the game here. All right, and final minute left in the game. The Sharon Springs Falcons are going into the victory structure where they are going to just milk the clock here, go into this end of game with a win. All right, 30 seconds left in the game. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. We're going to tell you goodbye here from Sharon Springs Park. Your final score, 13-0, with your Sharon Springs Falcons coming out victorious over the Midway Wolverines. This is a great game here today. Check in next week as we here at SkyCorp Network will be covering the season for the Midway Wolverines. Not the start we wanted today, but bounce back next week, and we'll see you guys then. Thank you all. Have a great week.